WUSA 9 Weather Impact is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan.
Good Monday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Caitlin McGrath. We've got nice sunshine to enjoy today. A nice change of pace after our gloomy Sunday, but temperatures are chilly. We are starting December on an unseasonably cold note. Temperatures should be in the low 50s for this time of year, but we are going to stay in the 40s for high temperatures today, dropping into the 30s shortly after the sun goes down. And then later tonight, clouds start to thicken up. Ahead of a weather impact alert we've issued for Tuesday. We're tracking a round of rain and for some snow that's going to move in overnight. So this weather impact alert will go into effect at 1 a.m. and last until 1 p.m. So not a soaking wet Tuesday forecast, but the biggest impact is going to be centered around the Tuesday morning commute. And for some, it will be a little bit of a wintry mix with some wet snow, possibly some freezing rain. But for many areas, this is just going to be a cold, miserable rain for Tuesday morning. But when all is said and done, could see a coating to an inch of snow for areas in northern Montgomery County, western Loudoun, far northern Virginia, over by Winchester. However, these areas are quickly going to flip over to rain. So unless you're up between 3 to 5 a.m., you're probably not going to see any of this rain. However, even farther north and west, especially over by Cumberland, Hagerstown, Martinsburg, that's where we'll see a more prolonged period of snow and could ultimately walk away with 1 to 3 inches. Now, those are also the areas where we have winter weather advisories in effect until 1 o'clock Tuesday afternoon. It does expire at 10 a.m. for Montgomery County, but along the I-81 corridor, not only could we see a burst of snow early in the morning, but we could also see some icing, especially in the higher elevations along the I-81 corridor. That is more of a freezing rain threat versus a snow threat, but it has prompted a winter weather advisory until 1 o'clock Tuesday afternoon. You really need to prepare for those slick roads and, of course, accumulating snow back through parts of western Maryland and West Virginia. So here we are at 3 a.m. We start to see some of those snow showers and areas of potential freezing rain developing off to our south and west. By 6 a.m., we're looking at a mainly rain event. I know you see a lot of pink on the map, which does typically mean ice, sleet, or freezing rain. But notice our surface temperatures. Our surface temperatures are just going to be too warm to support freezing rain. Now, the exception is the higher elevation in the mountains over by the Blue Ridge and the Alleghenies, where I do think we'll see a prolonged period of that freezing rain. We still have snow toward 9 o'clock for Hancock over toward Cumberland and Oakland, and it's coming down at a pretty good clip. That's why we have 1 to 3 inches of snow possible, but elsewhere it is pouring a cold rain. Temperatures are only in the mid-30s, but it is going to be soaking wet for the Tuesday morning commute. So yes, we are talking about some snow, but the biggest impact is going to be the rain during the Tuesday morning commute. Now, this is right around lunchtime, right along the 95 corridor. We're seeing the last of the rain clear out of here, and by 3 o'clock could even see a little bit of late day clearing shortly before the sun goes down, with some snow showers continuing out near the Alleghenies. So when all is said and done, we've talked about how much snow we can expect, but let's talk about the rain, because when all is said and done, we're talking about a ½ inch of rain for many areas, and that is much needed amid our ongoing drought. We have a severe drought for areas west of 95 through parts of Fairfax, Arlington, back into southern Loudoun County, and points south along the 95 corridor. Elsewhere in northern Virginia and western Maryland, we have a moderate drought, and areas highlighted there in yellow are what's considered abnormally dry. So still needing rain, but not in as much of a deficit as areas off to the west. And as we head through the rest of the week, we clear out storm chances. Tuesday is kind of our one-day wonder as far as rain goes. As we head into the weekend, there is a storm system nearby that we'll be watching, but right now looks to stay mainly, if not completely dry. But temperatures stay cold. Again, should be 53 degrees by this point in December, but we will stay in the mid to low 40s, even 30s for Friday, because we have more clouds around. So Friday temperatures are really going to struggle to warm up, but by the weekend temperatures will be in the mid to low 40s. That's where we stay into early next week, and as we head through the second week of December as well. So we have our weather impact alert for Tuesday morning. Again, the afternoon commute will be fine. It's really centered around the morning drive, where we're going to be dealing with soaking rain, possibly some freezing rain for areas north and west, and even some accumulating snow. And then sunshine is back for Wednesday and Thursday. We'll start to thicken clouds up Friday into the weekend with that storm system passing nearby. If it were to inch farther to the north, we could add a little bit of rain, possibly even some more snow to the forecast over the weekend.